Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love Without Borders, Season 1, Episode 8. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it. If we gonna get into it, honey, I am hoping that this show has a reunion. Please let them have a reunion, child, because I have got to see what happens when these cameras go away. Let's get into it. Sherez, okay, because we don't have Gerline. Child, thank goodness. So he's there with Erica, and she's telling him about the new lady that she has for him. So she asked him what he learned about himself. He said, I learned to respect myself more because I actually stood up for myself. Naim, this is what you need to learn about yourself, to stand up for yourself. She's like, yeah, well, with the new woman, I'm going to need you to tell yourself, listen, it's a different woman and the respect will be different because I'm a different man. This matchmaker really has some nerve. He still needs to recover from Gerline, and you throwing him in with another woman? I don't think that's wise, but y'all, we gonna see. Moving forward. Dana Montana and Brian. So they're still hanging out for child whatever reason, getting in the water in the wintertime. Child, I don't know what's going on. So he's trying to let her drive, but it's not going as planned because Dana Montana is riding the curb. Okay, skirt, skirt. Dana, were you driving your home into a ditch, honey? Were you driving that van up on the curbs? Girl. So they drive on the opposite side of the road. So, Dana was having a bit of a problem with that. But child, they made it to safety. The thing is, they have a good time hanging out together, but Brian thinks he's a spring chicken and he wants a 25-year-old when he clearly exhibits behavior of a 25-year-old, but has the body and the head of a 50-year-old. I'm just saying, child, it has to be said. So while they're out on the town, they stop for drinks and sit down to talk. You know how they like to do. And she tells him that it's hard for her to trust him because the moments that they do connect, she doesn't know what's real, so it's hard for her to open up. Girl, it's hard for you to open up. I don't even know why you're trying to open up. Don't even worry about that. Brian is sending mixed signals. Actually, he's gaslighting the hell out of everybody, and he ain't doing nothing but lying. Okay, everything that he's saying is nothing but game. So he's like, I'm just being cautious, I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. He's like, yeah, I don't want to rush it. You're wasting her time. That is what you're doing. Okay, you ain't doing nothing else. You're not being cautious. It's not like you don't want to rush it. You're wasting her time. She's like, so are we just friends? Or do you see a future? Dana, how many different ways can he tell you that he's not interested like that? Now, I don't want to be mean to you, girl. I'm speaking directly to you, Dana Montana. I would not dare ask him to repeat to me again why he doesn't like me. He doesn't like you, honey. He don't give a damn. He don't like you. He's like, I think there's more to you than what I've discovered. I don't have time to listen to Brian giving these BS answers. I really don't. He's like, my focus is on you. Of course it is. You're housing her until the show is over. So yes, your focus is on her. He's like, I just want to watch the space. She said, what does that mean? He gonna say, well, let's just see what happens. Okay, Andy Cohen, let's watch what happens live. Listen here, Brian. I'm not about to play with you. You do not want Dana Montana. So stop acting like you do. You're not going to watch the space. You're just watching till the end of this show. I guess no matter where you are or where you live, an F-boy will be an F-boy if he don't do nothing else. He knows that there will be nothing more between him and Dana besides them being friends. If they even make it out of his friends, child. Carmen and Phil. So, child, they go to talk after Carmen shows back up on the scene, right? And she wants him to sit down, but he chooses to stand up because he said he really wasn't feeling, how she did. Like he hasn't been feeling at ease lately. And so she wanted to know what he was talking about. Girl, you know what he's talking about. He's talking about you not coming back with him when y'all left that club, when y'all left that after school special. That's what he's talking about. You know exactly what he's talking about. He said he wanted to hear from her a little bit more, and she wasn't responding to the text. He said in his confessional that Carmen party's hard. He said, listen, if we don't make an effort, then we're not going to ever see each other, or we'll only see each other every 4 days because that's how it's going. Oh, child, that's crazy. That is crazy. You don't have to be together 24 hours a day, but he's only there for a limited time. So why not make the most of it? If you want to keep on going on about your day and doing what you normally do, why did you sign up for this show? I'm not understanding that. So he tells her that he wasn't mad that she wanted to stay, but she could have at least called or texted him. And she was like, I was just tired. I mean, I saw the text. I was just tired. Girl, too tired to roll over and say, here, okay, I'm alive. Like something. I think it's foul to have a guest and not text them back to let them know that you made it in safely. That's just point blank in the period. That's just common courtesy. That's a universal common courtesy. Okay. So he's pissed because he feels like he can't depend on her because she got a lot going on outside the experiment. So while he's talking, she's like, you're being aggressive. He's like, okay, I'm gonna stand over here because I'm not trying to be aggressive to you. I'm just extra. I'm just really passionate about what I'm saying. To me, now this is my opinion, I don't think he was being aggressive. He was just calling her out on her BS. He was just calling it like he saw it. I will say, though, to you, Carmen, you never sit down while someone is standing over you. Never. I was taught a long time ago by my grandmother, you always make sure the playing field is level. If someone is standing up, you stand up as well. If they're sitting down, you sit down as well. Because, you just don't want to feel the negative energy. So if someone is standing up over you, stand up. Now, I do agree with her on one thing. He does need to have a seat because that way she'll be able to receive what you're saying a little bit better. Like sit down, tell her how you're feeling, and then the two of you can talk about it. So she said her and Philip haven't even kissed. So she's surprised that he's coming at her like that, saying he felt abandoned. Carmen gonna throw up him not kissing her every episode if she don't do nothing else. Whether or not y'all have kissed, he is still your house guest, Carmen. That does not give you a pass to stay out all night or not respond to text messages because y'all haven't kissed. You being nice to him or being a gracious host is not dependent upon whether or not y'all put y'all lips together. The girl said, what now? So she was like, yeah, I just really want someone to let me be me. But what man wants a woman that won't even respond to a text message, that stays out all night long? That's always too busy for them, but you signed up for an experiment to find love. I'm super confused. So he says that she's never there, but she says she's there every day, but she has a life and she doesn't want to be attached to the hip. And she feels like he expects her to cater to him. She's like, listen, dude, this is not a hotel. You cannot call the receptionist and ask for what you need. Like, this is not that. Carmen is still too selfish to be in a relationship. Like, I'm trying to figure out why she said yes to this. I really am. I'm trying to figure out why. So he's trying to explain to her that she's only listening to what she wants to hear because he said he was fine with her being out. And he has never complained about anything when he could complain. And she was like, what could you complain about? He said, I've been bathing in buckets, bro. She said, oh, so is that something for you to complain about? Now I'm going to say this. To some that could come across as disrespectful because it's like, dude, you're here now. This is the culture. This is what they're accustomed to. So don't be disrespectful. But at the same time, coming from what you're used to, he could have been a complainer, but he has been adapting to the situation because he wants to be present and in the moment with you. So he's turned everything that he's been doing upside down and you're still in your comfort zone. So you get to traipse up and down the street and do whatever you want. And he's not supposed to say anything. Like, girl, I'm not understanding, girl. Anywho, moving forward. So she said he's acting like a spoiled baby and she's not feeling his vibes right now. So she gets up and walks off. I think it's two spoiled babies in the bunch. I think Carmen is doing her because Philip hasn't been putting the moves on her. That's what I think this is. Girl, if you wanted the casual hookup, honey, just hang out on the dating apps. Hang out on Plenty of Fish. Don't sign up for Love Without Borders. Child, it's a fool. Aaron and Mael. So it's Mael's birthday. Happy birthday, boo. So they're going champagne tasting. They're taking a train ride to Provence, France. And Mael is optimistic about the day. Me, not so much, child. I don't trust it. I hope he treats Mael right on his birthday. Because that's the quickest way to get me to go off on you in this review. I'm speaking directly to you, Aaron, Carmen, and Phil. So, child, we back over here. They're still at odds. So she comes back out and tells him that she wants peace. She's like, I don't want to argue. I just want peace with you. But she didn't like the fact that he's making her out to be this party girl. He said his mind was racing because she wasn't responding as fast as he wanted her to when he was texting to make sure she was all right. And she was like, I was just downstairs sleeping. Well, you should have said that. You should have texted or even let him know the next day, listen, I am so sorry. You could have led with an apology. I'm sorry that I didn't respond to your text. I was downstairs sleeping. That's all you had to say. That's it. So she tells him that they can compromise on the shower and try to figure it out, but he shouldn't let things fester. He needs to tell her what's going on and how he's feeling in the moment. He said he wants her to be herself and he doesn't want to get in the way of her doing whatever it is she got going on there. Y'all arguing too much for me. Y'all are arguing too much for me already. And in the confessional, she even said, it's been a short time and we've had a couple of arguments, which I think are red flags. Baby, they are definitely red flags waving. Do you hear me? If it starts this way, it will continue this way, and it will end this way. Trust me. Moving forward. She's like, yeah, but I still want to see if we can make this work. Child, I'm not about to play with y'all. Girl gone. Aaron and Mael. So they've made it to the vineyard. I just want to say I love wine tasting. Even though I'm not a drinker, I love it. Like I did it one year for my birthday and it was such a great time. Like I had a good old time. Do y'all hear me? The scenery was breathtaking when they were standing in that vineyard and they were drinking and like talking. So as they're standing there, Aaron starts speaking his speech about Mael. Child, it didn't move me, but at least he trying, I guess. I don't know what he got going on, child. He's so confused. I'm still not completely sold on Aaron at all. But Mael is happy, so I'm happy that he's happy on his birthday. Happy birthday. Child, he'll accept any old thing. Mael needs his own hashtag. Justice for Mael. Because what is this? Erica, what is this? Carmen and Phil. So Phil hits the studio for the real reason he's there. Child, he ain't fooling me. He met this producer named Black when he was out and about in Ghana. And he's there dropping some beats. Calls to call Candy to go to the studio and drop some beats. Shout out to Nene and Candy. So he said, after their argument, he decided to put it in a song. Child, listen to me. These lyrics, yeah. The music ain't working out either. The relationship ain't working out and neither is the music. Phil, please catch a beat. Okay, it's giving Silk the Shocker. Child, if y'all don't know who Silk the Shocker is, please just go put it in the Googler. Listen to one of the YouTube videos and you will see that Silk does not rap on beat. And whatever Phil has going on right here in this moment, before everything gets done, it's giving Silk the Shocker. Naeem and Cassandra. Child, it's a fool. So he comes in. She's like, what? So she's working and he's cleaning. So he asked her about all the fruit flies that she's creating with this banana that she left up there. See, Chandra nasty on top of having a nasty attitude. You got a nasty house and a nasty attitude. Girl, just all to the nasty. But she wants to talk to him. She's like, sit on down, I need to talk to you. She's like, yeah, so my cousin found you on a dating app. She's like, so what are you doing on there? Let's be real. Okay, let's be very for real. You and Naeem will not end up together. Y'all are not even friends. So why are you worried about him being on the dating app? Now, normally I would be up in arms and I would be like, dude, seriously? But yeah, in this circumstance, it's totally different. She said, I just feel like it's very disrespectful and I'm just shocked. He said, okay, well, I didn't mean to disrespect you. In his confessional, he said, I'm flabbergasted. Well, I haven't heard that word in a minute. Not flabbergasted. He said he's flabbergasted because she uninvited him to Thanksgiving. And then she keeps talking to her ex. There's nothing romantically between the two. So what is she mad about? And I have to agree with that. She knows that. She knows that. And she has the nerve to speak about disrespect after bumping and grinding all night long with her ex and then having a sleepover. Girl, anywho. He did, however, apologize to her, though. And she's like, no, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You're nothing. You're just a person staying with me. Well, if he's nothing, why do you care about the app? He said, no, I'm a little bit more than nothing. I know that's right, honey. Let her know. What is wrong with you, Chandra? What is really wrong with you? She's like, yeah, I mean, it's just hurtful because if he's there for me, he shouldn't be looking for other girls. Ma'am, he's not there for you. You didn't even want him. So why you mad? Like, get a grip, ma'am. Please get a grip. Child, he better than me because I would have been gone. That night that her and him decided to have a sleepover, baby, I would have been on the first thing smoking. Do y'all hear me? So then she's like, well, did you shower? It's flies flying around you. He said, yeah, you want to smell me? Here she go. See, there you go, playing with me again. Shut up. And this is why he's still swiping right. Moving forward. Carmen and Phil. So he's playing her his song, and it's much catchier now that it's mixed and mastered. Okay. Child, I feel trying to get his music out there on the slick. So anywho, Carmen in the confessional, she's like, I thought it was cute, but like, how do you know how my body feels if you've never touched it? Phil, please bust a move. Because Carmen, if you call out one more indiscretion with the kisses and the touches and the this and the that, it's giving long lost brother and sister, and you just found each other, long lost relatives, and he came to live with you in Ghana, because y'all ain't doing nothing. It's not a spark. It's nothing. Carmen is not interested in nothing Phil is saying until he makes a move on her. That's just point blank in the period. He asked her to be in his video, and she was like, well, you're gonna have to pay to play, honey. It ain't gonna work out. And then once she get in the video, she gonna be like, I was dancing, but I don't know how I'm dancing when he's never seen me move. Like, girl, just let it go. Gabby and Sherez. So we get introduced to the new lady, who is Gabby. Very bubbly personality. She's a CEO. And I feel like I've seen Gabby before. I do not know where, but she just has one of those faces where I think I've seen her on a reality show before. I don't know what it is. So anywho, she comes in and she's like, oh, your place is beautiful. Child, you at his TV place. His real place is over there with them parents, okay? You'll see it soon. So he said he loved her energy. He was instantly attracted to her. He just could not stop smiling. I was happy for him because he's finally experiencing someone nice. But can we get a do-over for Mael? Can we get, and it's just so crazy because I really thought Aaron was going to be different. I really did. But he ain't no good either, child. That's probably why he by himself in North Dakota. She is polar opposite of Gurleen. So she tells him that she's from Jersey. She's like, I don't know if you've seen Jersey Shore, but I'm not one of them. He said, oh yeah, it's a gym here named after Jersey Shore. So they're talking about that. And he starts telling her about the prior experience from hell that he had. And so she was like, well, did y'all end on good terms? He said, no, there were no terms. Not there were no terms. Gabby said she was happy that it did end because now she stands a chance with Sherez. So then we see a montage of the people on vacation, okay? Because none of these people are a match. So we see a montage of all the people on vacation and it's New Year's Eve, right, y'all? They're toasting. Child, I hope Phil at least kisses Carmen on New Year's Eve. If not, girl, hang it up. Anywho, so then we see Chandra and she's being disrespectful to Naim all the way into the new year. Ma'am, you gonna carry negative energy into the new year? Are we starting the year off with negativity? Ma'am, what is wrong with you? So she's being disrespectful. He doesn't want to open the bottle of champagne in the house. She's like, what are you, a vagina? Well, she called him a wussy, but you can take the W off and put a P. And she's like, why? Are you a wussy? I'm like, okay. A lesser man would have been cussed Chandra out. I'm just saying, baby, another type of dude, the dudes that I have encountered would have been cussed out Chandra. I'm not saying it's right, but ma'am, you cannot go around talking to people any way that you feel like. That would have been my exit. It is no way I would have continued on with her. She's insufferable. Mael and Aaron. So Aaron is complaining about not having his friends there, and Mael is happy as a lamb. Mael, honey, you need a lesson in discernment. Okay, I had to get one as well. You need to read the room, honey. It ain't happening. He's just not that into you. Okay, he's just not. So he thought he was getting a New Year's Eve kiss, and all he got was a toast and a fireworks show with no fireworks. I'm starting to think that Aaron doesn't want his parents to see him in his element. That's what I'm thinking. Now I know he's not attracted to Mael and he doesn't like him like that. But I also think that he doesn't want his parents to see him that way. I don't know. Is it just me? Because I'm trying to figure out what is this block. Mael deserves so much more than Aaron. He really does. Oh, child, this is a fool. Gabby and Sherez. So Sherez is so happy with Gabby. He tells her that he sent his family pictures of her and his dad was like, now we're talking. Now, I don't know. For me, that rubbed me the wrong way. Because what does that mean? Now, don't get me wrong. Gurleen made you want to pluck out your eyebrows one by one. Okay, your eyebrow hairs one by one. Your eyelashes one by one. But at the same time, she was an attractive lady. Her personality was just ugly. Now, some may argue, well, when you're ugly, when your personality is ugly, it exudes through your appearance. So you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside. But she was an attractive lady. So I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me wrong, child. Chandra and Naim. So baby, they out, right? They out the house for the day. They sit down to talk. So she was like, yeah, how were you feeling on New Year's Eve? Because your energy was a little bit off. Like you didn't want to do nothing. You didn't want to say anything. Like what was wrong with you? So he disagrees. He said his energy wasn't off. He was just being real. She cannot micromanage how he celebrates, because she was telling him, you know how they say to get the suitcase and walk up and down the street for traveling all year long. You know, the little superstitions that everybody does, honey, eat the 12 grapes under the table and all kinds of stuff like that. He didn't want to be told to do that. Chandra is used to being the only a-hole in the house. That's what it is. It's cool when she do it. It's a problem when he do it. Okay, got it. Clearly you two don't like each other. Naim, it's time for you to leave and go home. Okay, you should have been gone. I know that you guys are under a contract, but the same way you stayed in that hotel, you should have continued to stay there because the two of you are not a fit. So now they're going back and forth and back. So she was like, so where were you on New Year's Eve because you left the house? He said, no, you left the house. She said, no. Like, where did you go? He said, I went to the gym. Now in the confessional, she knew he was lying because everything was closed, right? So she was like, listen, I just caught you in a lie. You're not being truthful because I came home at 3:30 and I came to get something. I knocked on your door and you were not there. He was like, in his confessional, I'm not being transparent with her because I was out on a date with the lady that I met in Panama. Okay, so he did that thing that men do when they find somebody else. They start acting a little bit funny. If you're going to date, you need to be honest and tell the matchmaker that you're leaving. Okay. Now, to me, that wasn't cool. You need to date outside of this woman's home because you're still living in her home, regardless to how condescending and ignorant she may be. You need to date outside her house. So he said he couldn't tell her because she has anger issues. Child, I can believe it. She's like, yeah, I just feel so bad because I wanted you to come with me to my mom's home. And come to find out, they show her telling him her plan and asking what his plans are going to be for the night. And this is why he started to look elsewhere. You're just hosting a Houstonian at this point, ma'am. You just sat here and lied. Like, girl. Ooh, the narcissists are running rampant, honey. Oh, child, I know it's the most overused word, child, but I mean, when it fits, it fits. Y'all both are wearing me thin. You really are. Chandra, you cannot have it both ways. Either you want him around or you don't. Like, make up your mind. So, child, now they're going back and forth and back. At this point, these two cannot even be friends. And it is time for this matchmaker to step in and ask Naim to leave. He needs to go somewhere else so that he can pursue whatever it is with the lady he went on the date with. So she's telling him, shut the F up and get the F out of my face. Baby, Chandra talking real crazy. And you have to have a real restraint not to go off. And baby, I don't have it. Because when a person starts talking to me reckless, I get even more reckless. And I am a wordsmith, so I know I'm going to cut you so deep I wouldn't even have to touch you. It just ain't no way, honey. Chandra is low-key verbally abusive. And it's really an uncomfortable situation to sit and watch. And my thought is this. Of all the years, because someone said this in my comment section last week, and it made me go, because I do read y'all's comments and I do, take heed to what you say. And somebody said this may be his karma. Now, aside from that, I was thinking, would he be accepting this from somebody in Houston? Or is he only accepting this because it's on camera and he's right here with her? Like, I really want to know, who truly he is. Because we didn't get to really know him because she's so rude, so condescending, so ignorant in her speech that everything she says is just like, whatever you get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. Girl, goodbye and good day. Child, wrap all this up, okay? And I hope y'all have a reunion. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Love Without Borders is something else. If you are not watching, I will say again, it's almost time for it to end. But I need you guys to watch this show, okay? And I also need y'all to watch this review because the numbers ain't numbering, honey. The math ain't mathing. I'm going to pack up and go home. Child, I'm going to pack up and go home, honey. I know my worth. Ooh, child. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you think. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.